Hannah, there's another story that you have been writing about, which is all about pans. Now, I know chefs sort of get quite funny about their pans and what pans they used to use. What have you been looking into?
So I'm sure you might be aware, or listeners might be aware, but there is a saucepan which essentially has gone viral, a frying pan, and it's become the latest bit of it kit to have in your kitchen. And it's called the Always Pan by an American company called Our Place. And it's £125. Celebrities have been showing off that they've got one of theirs in their kitchen. It sold out at one point, and there was a 5,000 person strong waiting list. Like, there is a lot of love surrounding this saucepan. It's on the top of all of the Christmas lists this year. But actually, there is a kind of British equivalent.
Sorry, before we get to what's so special about this Always Pan?
So it's got 8 features that it boasts. Which some of them I think are a bit gimmicky than others. So one of them, it's got a spoon rest. So that's one of the features. And then it's got 2 spouts for pouring. So it's got a steamer as well that's inbuilt. But it also just looks very pretty. It's sort of gloss, like a kind of a matte pastel-y colour.
Colours,
yeah. It's sort of the frying pan for the Instagram age. It's been designed with sort of fashion in mind.
Have you used one?
I have.
Is it good?
It's heavy.
Right.
Which all kind of, big, chunky frying pans are, but it's slightly too heavy for me. It looks lovely in my kitchen.
£125?
Yeah.
Now, you say there's a British equivalent of
Yes. So it looks completely different. It's a cast iron, handmade frying pan from Netherton Foundry, which is a family business in South Shropshire, and they make all of their frying pans from cast iron. But these are the frying pans that you see in all of the cookbooks. So Nigel Slater, Diana Henry, all of their books from this year feature this frying pan. It's a jet black cast iron frying pan. And it's sort of the British equivalent, and there's a lot of love for that one as well.
Is that cheaper?
It is actually. It's about £70.
Right.
So it's almost half the price of the American one.
Anastasia, do you get bothered about what kind of pans you use when you cook?
Well, I've just looked this up and now I'm pretty into it. It looks really pretty.
It's worked.
I'm going to put it on my Christmas list. Yeah, I think it's important to have a really good kit at home.
I have to say I'm a big fan of cast iron frying pans. I've had a couple for years. They last forever. They don't have any silly coatings that sort of come off eventually. But you have to know how to treat them. And it's not a big bother, but you need to make sure that they're dry when you wash them. You don't need to wash them too much. But also you have to do what's called seasoning them when you get a new one. Otherwise, you'll find that things tend to stick on there.
Yeah, how does that work? Because I've just got a new pan that it definitely isn't non-stick, so I need to season it.
Yes, you need to season it. And what you do is you put it in the highest temperature that your oven can bear, and you get it very, very hot, and then you put any kind of vegetable oil on it. You put a thin layer of vegetable oil, and you let it smoke, and then you take that oil off. So what you could do is you take your pan, wipe some vegetable oil on it with a kitchen towel, and then shove it in a very, very, very hot oven, and you do that 3 or 4 times. And what happens is it develops this sort of polymer surface, and then nothing will ever stick on that pan again. Nothing. I've got my pan. I do fried eggs. They slide off.
Wow.
I've got loads of cast iron pans. They are brilliant, and they work on gas, electric, and importantly, induction, which is what I use as well. So they are brilliant pans. Right, enough of the pans. Let us talk.